Welcome to the Not Your Average Marriage podcast, hosted by my mom and dad, Shanita and Rashad.
All right, what's good, everybody?
Hi.
Long time no see. Welcome back to another episode of the Not Your Average Marriage podcast, hosted by myself, Rashad, and my wife,
Shanita.
Yes, that's her name. So we're back. Sorry we've left you guys hanging a little bit. It's been pretty hectic around here with virtual school and whatnot. It's been exciting times.
Exciting. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, it's not exciting. Well, it's a challenge. I'm sure you all are experiencing. For those that have kids, it's been relatively tough for the virtual experience, keeping them busy and making sure they're on task, especially when you have one that's kind of just like yourself and wants to get stuff over with and doesn't adhere to a schedule.
And then the other one like your wife?
Yeah. And the other one is super anal about everything. And so it's been tough though. It's been tough, but we're back. What do we need to get caught up on?
I don't know. I don't know where we last left off. Like, I mean, I just feel like it's a lot.
It's a lot. It's a lot going on. How about did you want to quickly, as quick as we can, discuss the Brandy and Monica battle?
It's not much to discuss. I mean, I was Team Brandy going in. I
Were
left
you?
out Team Monica.
It was a lot of Brandy fans touting her victory. I would agree that I agree that Brandy probably won the battle slightly because the end got a little sloppy. Towards the end, it got a little sloppy and a little.
But I based it off more songs that I knew. Like, I feel like Brandy could have played more songs that I knew, but I'm also not a diehard Brandy fan.
So Brandy has a lot of diehard fans. Shout out to Joe, my line brother. He's a diehard Brandy fan, and I guess they knew a lot of her lesser known songs, and so they would just give her the.
But
victory.
if you're a fan of one of the artists, it's automatically you're gonna know more of their songs than the other person's.
Yeah, I like Monica. I think the team of Monica and Missy Elliott is Missy production on anything just takes over the top for me. So as soon as So Gone came on, that's my jam.
New Monica.
New Monica. Yeah. So
several different new Monicas,
I have a Monica bias, but I will admit that Brandy probably slightly edged out just because towards the end again it got very sloppy. But I think it was a good battle. That's probably one of the best ones I've watched.
It definitely was.
You don't watch. You don't watch. Yeah, you don't watch.
Yeah, because they're not good.
This one was really good.
The last one I watched was Nelly and Luda. Was it Nelly?
Yeah, we watched Nelly and Ludacris. That was
the last one. No, it was Erica, Miss Badu.
Yeah, that one was good too, though.
That was good, but I went in Erica fan. Came out of Erica fan.
Yeah, that one. Yeah. But anyway, no, there was both a good battle. It was a good battle. Not really battle, but it's for the culture. Good to see them too. Mm-hmm. They were shading each other a bit, but I think I think it was cool for the culture though.
Yeah,
it's a good look. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Other than that, we got virtual school. You want to update on the girls' activities? Because this a lot. We just had a conversation about this. But yeah, our girls are doing a lot.
A lot. Like, they're not in school, but they're doing virtual school, which is basically every day from 8:30 to 3 o'clock still. They both still do dance. Alyssa auditioned for the competition squad at her dance school, and she made it.
Well, they both
auditioned.
Elena did not make it.
And
was disappointed.
She was very disappointed. But then she came to the realization, because we had a conversation with her. We never want our girls to do something that they're not fully into or committed to, and we felt like she might have just been doing that type of dance because her sister was.
Yeah.
So once we had that conversation, she decided she wanted to do a different type of dance. So now she's taking hip hop,
which is right up her lane. If you know Elena, then you know that she can be a bit ratchet, and so it's right up her lane.
Anyway,
come on, man, she is.
So she's taking new dance classes. She's still taking tap and jazz, but she's taking dance classes at a separate studio in addition to Alyssa taking her competition classes for the competition shoot, which is like 3 or 4 days a week.
Yeah.
Elena is twice a week, and then Elena has recently decided that she wants to model and act. So she's been having modeling and acting auditions, and a couple agencies have, replied back. So we're just kind of figuring that out. And so they're not in school, but they are still doing a lot. I mean, I have a folder on each kid. I got calendars everywhere. Calendar in the kitchen, calendar in my office, calendar for my bag.
And none of them match what she does.
They do match.
No.
Like, I have... it's just a lot.
It is a lot. It's a lot. But support your kids and what they do, even if they're...
Yeah.
It's I'm hoping it's not an expensive experiment, because these are very expensive activities. But again, this is why you gonna support your kids no matter what. Yeah. So hey, we're gonna support them.
I'm just happy that we're blessed to be able to do so, because there are a lot of kids that want to do this that are not able to.
100%. So we're fine, and we're just gonna support them as they find their way through what they want to do. But yeah, no, it's cool. It's cool. I think the whole acting thing for Elena she is a very interesting, outgoing individual. So I think that's kind of right up what I'm more proud of, the fact that she's kind of finding her own lane, because her sister she set the bar high from a dance perspective, and I felt like she was trying to live in that. And I don't have a sibling, so I don't know what it's like, but I can imagine that it's difficult when you're not as good at something, but you kind of you feel like you need to be. And
because Elena has always been in and out of dance, and I think it's because she did the ballet. She didn't really like ballet, but she has always been like, I mean, I know originally, because Alyssa been dancing since she was 3, and originally Elena was like, no, I don't want to dance. And then she was like, yeah, I want to dance. So then she started dancing. And then off and on throughout the years, she's been like, I don't want to do dance anymore. And then when dance season comes back around, she's like, okay, I want to dance again. Yeah. So we just kind of talked to her, laid out the options. It was like, you don't have to keep doing this dance. So
yeah. And hopefully she'll find what she enjoys, because I know I'm only child, but I can imagine being that younger sibling trying to live up to, because I mean, Alyssa has won star petite performer at the school or at the dance. She's got a solo. She's on the competition, so she's a really good dancer.
Made it her first year trying.
Yeah, made it her first year. Yeah, so this is something she's been kind of working up to, and she's a beast when it comes to the dance, and she's something she really, really enjoys. It's kind of hard to match that intensity that Alyssa brings to the dance, because she's in it 100%. Yeah. So this is different mindsets, and they're both different. They're both wildly different personalities.
Yep.
So it's cool kind of watching them both evolve. So anyway, just that's a quick update on the babies and what they're doing.
They're not babies.
They're my babies.
All right, so this episode is an anniversary episode.
Ding, 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 yay.
It's an anniversary. So September 5th, which is, I think, when you will be watching this.
Yep.
Maybe not, but this is when we'll post it.
It's tatted on my finger, so I don't forget. I won't forget anyway, but it is. Go ahead.
So, yeah. This year, September 5th, 2020, is 11 years married.
Married, yep. 16 years together.
Is it 16?
It's 16.
Yeah, 16 years together.
I have my 5-year rule, so it's easy to do the math.
Okay. So 11 years married. So we thought we'd do 11 things for 11 years. 11 things we've learned. It's kind of just 11 things, whether it's stuff we've learned, advice, things we've enjoyed. So we just thought we'd throw out 11 things.
Yeah, just little nuggets that we've experienced a lot, been through a lot, ups, downs, good, bad, ugly, whatever. And some of the stuff you've probably heard, some of you may or may not have heard before. So, but yeah, no, we're just gonna hash it out and.
So a lot of it is probably the opposite of what a lot of marriage advice that people have heard, because we're not your average marriage.
Yeah.
We're not your typical couple. And again, these things might not work for you, but this is what has worked for us, and it's still going.
It's still going. We still together, and it's still working.
We enjoy it.
And I think the thing that you can take from this is that, like, as long as we've been together 15 years, married 11 years.
You just said 16.
16 years, excuse me, my bad. 16 years together, 11 together, or 11 married, and
Get it together.
I know, right? But the thing you could take away from it is that we kind of like in our groove, like right now. Like, not to say that we've never been in our groove before,
right?
But I feel like we really in the groove right now.
Mm-hmm.
So like, I say that to say it takes time and effort. Like, you got to put forth the effort. But anyway, my bad. I may be cutting into it. But I just wanted to caveat that by saying, hey, no, it's not perfect. It hasn't always been perfect, and it takes effort. And like, we in a good, really good space. Probably the best, other than when we first met, probably the best space we've been in for a long. Well, yeah, ever.
Okay,
my bad.
It's okay. Rambling. So thing number 1. Let me go first.
Yeah, you go first. I don't know what you have to read them because I don't know what's on the list. Number
1, I put it's okay to go to bed mad.
I don't. Go ahead. I'm gonna let you.
And I say that because I feel like when you get married, they be like, "Don't go to bed mad. Don't go to bed angry." And I will say we got that advice. And in the beginning, we tried to do that, and we would we would try to talk everything out. And I just feel like for me and a lot of other people, sometimes you just need to sleep on it. And a lot of times, sometimes when you sleep on it, you realize that you probably shouldn't have did what you did or shouldn't have said what you said, and you can come back in a clear state of mind the next morning or the next day. I feel like going to bed mad is not necessarily a bad thing. It kind of gives you a minute to sleep on it and then come back later.
Yeah.
If you can resolve it, that's great. But sometimes it's okay to go to bed mad. As long as you're going to bed in the same bed. Now, we've never done the you go sleep on the couch. And there may have been some times where I'm like, okay, I just need a minute away.
Nah, I've done that. I've separated myself.
But no, not like us telling the other person, okay, I don't want you in here tonight.
Okay.
But there have been times where we have gone like to another room for the night. And that's fine. But you better not leave this house.
Yeah, there you go.
Tell you that. I mean, don't go out and stay somewhere else all night.
Yeah.
But it's okay to go to bed mad. I would say don't let it linger forever, though.
Yeah.
Come back to it later might be the best option.
Yeah. I think that goes to another point that I had later, but we'll go to number 2.
Okay. Number 2, I'll let you start with this one. Never take advice from someone that's not in your relationship.
Yeah, I mean, you can't. All relationships are different. So even if you're watching this for relationship advice, like, we not in your relationship, so you can't. You have to know your significant other, and you can't let outside forces dictate what happens in your marriage, especially from people who haven't been married as long as you have, or in a relationship as long as you have. Hell, you can't. I mean, if that person hasn't been with your person, like, there's really no advice.
Even if they are in their own relationship, successful relationship, their partner is not your partner.
Because I can guarantee you right now, there's nobody that can give me advice on how to be with her.
Absolutely,
like nobody. Not. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's something that I gotta learn on my own. So learn it on your own. You have to take the initiative to learn how to figure your person out.
Yeah,
and it takes time.
And I think it's okay to have someone you can vent to. Because it might be.
I don't know. I don't even know about that. Because I don't really. I've vented to people, and I have, but it doesn't really amount to anything.
It has to be the appropriate person, though, because a lot of people, they don't understand that they're just there to listen. A lot of people feel like they have to give you some advice or tell you something to do. So you have to be careful about the people you choose to vent to as well.
Yeah.
Because I mean, I only have 2 people that I sometimes vent to, and sometimes I don't even call them because I'm like, I'm not gonna worry about that. But it's my mom and my best friend. Like, I know I can call them and they're just gonna listen. They ain't gonna say, "Oh, well, girl, you need to do this," or "Girl, you need to do that." They don't. They don't do that. Partly because they both absolutely love him, probably. But
I'm a good guy.
Yeah, okay.
But yeah, that's all I got, man. You can't really don't let anybody dictate what happens in your relationship. Only you. I was gonna say only you can prevent forest fires. Weird, but only you can figure out what's going on, and only you know your significant other. So that's all I got for that.
Okay.
My bad.
Number 3.
I got a weird brain.
Keep learning about each other.
Yeah, that just goes back to the previous point. Like, you have to know, and people evolve, right? So you have to figure out and learn your person, your significant other. It's people change, people go through different emotions, go through different stages, and you gotta learn how to you got to know that person and get and take the time to get to know how that person's brain operate. And you can't be you got to be willing to share that too. Like if something in my brain changes from how it used to work, you got to be open enough to share that.
Right. Because I think people individually involved, not even as a relationship, but individually you evolve. I mean, if you're not, there might be a problem, but everybody should grow and evolve, and not even just the way you think, like new interests, new hobbies, new things. I mean, learn about their new hobby. Y'all, he talked last night. He talked to me about 30 minutes about a grapevine. He wanted to grow.
Yeah, I want to grow some grapes.
And he was like, you understand what I'm talking about? And I was like, yeah. He was like, no, you don't. Let me explain it a little bit clearer for you. I'm like, okay, go ahead. So I laid there, and I listened to his grapevine. I mean, I can tell you what you said. I listened to your grapevine. Yeah, but you ain't really like... I mean, I'm not the gardener, but...
You're not. I am. That's true. That's a fact.
So, but I took an interest in it because of you. So...
Isn't that sweet?
Sometimes you got to learn new things and at least be a little bit interested.
Yeah, you got to try. Yeah. You got to try. Put forth some effort. She put forth some effort. She tried. I give her that.
Anything else?
No, that's it.
Yeah,
I'm
keep learning.
I'm about to go some grapes in the backyard. Y'all just stay tuned.
So number 4, keep dating.
Yeah, no, that's important because I think this is a big one, because especially if you got kids, you got to figure it out, man. You gotta find that time, even if it's in the house. Just find the time to spend with each other, man. Yeah. Like we're blessed enough to have a separate space where we can just escape to. And after the kids go to bed and like we just chill, like you have to, even if if you're fortunate enough, because we weren't at one time, if you're fortunate enough to have your grandparents or your parents around, drop the kids off and make that time for yourself, because it's important. You got to connect. It's really weird, like when you go through your relationship and you have your kids and then you spend that first night together after many years, is awkward. Because you don't really know.
And because we made up the rule, we're not talking about the kids, like just us. And then our therapist, she included businesses. She was like, don't talk about business or kids. Yep. Like that forces you to really talk about some new stuff.
Yeah, it's hard. Yeah, it is hard. It's difficult. Yeah. But yeah, don't stop dating, man. You got to come up with some interesting different things. Like the interesting date she came up with us going to the range. Like that was super dope. I had never shot before we went on that date. And
now you think
now I'm lining it up. And that was super fun. Like that was a dope idea. Like I didn't think about that. That was a super dope idea. But yeah, that's just an example. But
yeah,
good idea.
So never stop dating. Even if you have to do it in the house, but make some time to do it without the kids.
Yeah.
Too, definitely. Number 5, maybe this one me. I put travel now. Yeah. And why I say now is because a lot of people are like, oh, we got to save money, or oh, we got to, pay for the kids to do this, or oh, we need to make sure we pay down these car payments, pay down this house. Now, I'm not saying go into debt to travel. But I'm not saying go to another country or, go somewhere extravagant. But I feel like going to new places, those are some of our best memories together, is going to new places. And sometimes we travel with the kids. Sometimes we travel without the kids. And I think those are some of our best memories. But just put like a little bit to the side every now and then and take a little road trip or something. But traveling is the best.
The easiest way to do it is just plan ahead, man. Like, if you haven't like been traveling before, just start now. Like, if you're fortunate enough to still have a job and COVID hasn't affected you, like, just say, hey, we're gonna go to I don't know, I'm just throwing something out there. We're gonna go to Biltmore next year, and like, just put a couple dollars away every month and just figure, because that's what we do. Like, we may go on some nice trips, but like we plan ahead. Like we plan far enough in advance.
Yeah, I hope y'all don't think we just
like we not just getting up and going. Like we are planning. We're saying, hey, we're putting this amount aside, and we're gonna build up to that. And we even talked about putting a travel fund together, opening a separate account and putting money in that account for whatever travel purposes. So that's what we're gonna do.
So maybe we can get to the point where we can just up and go.
Yeah, right, exactly. So right now, COVID has provided a great opportunity for you to say, like, we had several trips planned and we just can't go on them.
Yeah.
So we putting that money to, it's not being spent. So just put it aside until when you can, and then when everything opens back up, boom, you got a huge trip to go on.
Yep.
So
travel now. Great memories. Great time together. So, number 6. Oh, we kind of talked about this with the keep dating, have time without the kids.
Yeah, that's key. That's self-explanatory.
Yeah. But even not keep dating like this right now is our
this is time
without the kids.
Yes, it's time without the kids.
So it ain't have to be like an extravagant date or something you do. You could be like your Netflix binge, because we do that too.
Yeah, I got to finish watching Cobra Kai right now. Right after this. I'm on season 2.
So time without the kids. Don't let kids consume your marriage or relationship. Number 7. So this was mine. I put be jealous but not too jealous.
Yeah, I don't expound, please.
So I feel like you got to be a little bit jealous, because for me, I think somebody being a little bit jealous, they still realize what they got, and what they got is a good thing.
Yeah.
But don't be jealous to a point where you like, oh no, I don't want you going over there. It's going to be women over there. Or I don't want you hanging out with him because he always trying to holler at some girls. Like, not that kind of jealous, but jealous knowing like, I don't want them chicks trying to talk to my man. So, yeah, I mean, like, just enough to know that what you got, and that you still need to make sure you got what you got, if that makes sense.
Yeah, like I get it. We've never had like a real bad, maybe like super early on, like maybe there was a slight jealousy issue on my part, but like never nothing like major, you know what I'm saying? So like if jealousy is a big issue now, that's something you got to get over, handle within yourself. But I like right now we can go to the mall. Like I could see dudes like, and I just laugh because I think it's funny, but I could see, other men looking at my wife, and I think it's funny. I used to not think it's funny, but I mean now it's just like, whatever, like it's not a big deal.
But you never see women looking at you though.
No, I don't.
Okay.
I don't see it. I'm oblivious.
Absolutely. All right. Number 8, communicate. Don't be afraid to say what's on your mind.
Yeah, man, that was mine. Just communicate, man. We talk about this all the time. Like you got to be able to communicate. And you can't be afraid to say exactly what's on your mind, because that's what needs to be said. Like you can't. Sometimes that's the thing that I think we're both in the process of doing. Like you can't be.
It's always a process. Yeah. I know y'all hate hearing us say because we said communicate on like every podcast.
Because it's so essential. Like you can't be afraid to say what's on your mind. Like if you want to go do something, you need time to yourself. Like I need time to myself. I need to go do blah blah blah. Or, hey, I want to have sex right now. Like, you just got to be able to say it, and, don't be afraid of the consequences. Or not necessarily the consequence or the reaction, per se.
But I think, along with communicate, giving your significant other the space to communicate. Like, whatever they want to say to you, don't ridicule them for. Like, what you mean you need some time?
That's a therapy takeaway right there. For real.
So yeah, just giving them the space to be able to say what they feel, because if you don't, they're not going to tell you, because they don't want to get ridiculed and hear your mouth about it if you don't always have something to say about it. So.
It's a fact. Great point.
Okay. Number 9. Yeah. Don't take your significant other for granted.
Yeah, I think that was mine too. Like, always show appreciation, like, because there's some things that my wife does and like I don't do. Like there's some things that are oblivious to me, and same opposite, vice versa. Mm-hmm. There are some things that happen that are oblivious to you, and you don't take those things for granted. Like, I always say, man, that's dope. Appreciate you for doing that, because it's it's a small thing. Like just say thanks, man. Sometimes the thanks goes a long way. Like even in your relationship, I'm not talking about like outside of relationship. I'm just talking about just say, hey, man, just thank you.
And I admit that's something I had to learn. Like he's more of I forgot what your love language is, but he loves like affection and me just saying thank you or I appreciate it or something. Because let me tell you, loading the dishwasher and taking out the trash, I do not do.
Yeah, and like all the schedule stuff, like that's not me. Like I don't have folders and binders and stuff. That's her thing. And like, that's dope. Like I'm I would do it, but I would struggle doing it. You know what I'm saying? And those things are completely oblivious to me. All she all she brings to me is this how much it costs, and that's cool. Like, you know, let's just make it happen. But yeah, no. So just show appreciation. It's a very small thing, but it goes a long way.
Don't wait to realize what
exactly.
what all they did. When
it's gonna be too late, obviously. Yeah. You know the cliche, but
yep. Number 10, dream together.
Yeah, no, that's I think that was mine too. Like, man, always share your dreams, and in your plans. Like, everybody should have like a 5-year, 10-year plan, and if you share those dreams and aspirations, those things may align, and you can help each other out. Like, don't be afraid to share your dream with your significant other, because I think that's important. That's very important. I mean, it's helped us out a lot, and it's helped us realize we had similar. Unbeknownst to us, it helped us realize we have similar goals.
Might not have the same dream, but the same end goal is the same. And I think, and again, it goes back to communication. But with your dreams, like, sometimes your dream, starting out, your dream does not look like how you want the dream to end. Like, we talk about it all the time, like how I started out with my dream, quitting a good paying job, and you was like, what in the world? But I was looking for something in my email the other day, and I'm a email writing type of person, because I got to get all my thoughts out. And I found the email that I had wrote to you, because when I had told you I wanted to go back in the classroom and be a preschool teacher. And when I told you that verbally, you was kind of like, what? Ain't that like going backwards? And I kind of got offended. So in this email, I was explaining to you what my plans were and why I wanted to go back in the classroom and me working on my own business and eventually having my own daycare. And then you responded back, okay, thank you for communicating. I just need to know what the plan was. Yeah. I support you 100%. So
that's a dope. That's all it is. Just it's communication at the end of the day. Like, you can't just tell me I want to be a preschool teacher. Like, in my brain, that's a step back. Like, and it wasn't offensive. I wasn't trying to be offensive. I'm like, why? And so once you get the whole explanation, it all makes sense. And now I can support it. I get it. Let's follow. Let me help you follow through. Let's get this done together. And I think that's a great example.
Yeah. Yep. All right. So we on number 11, the last one. So number 11 is give each other space. Yeah,
I think that goes. I think the biggest.
Now, what you mean when you say space? Because some people like
sometimes
space.
Too much space. But the space for me is like, hey, I like watching Panthers football. Let me get my Sunday to watch Panthers football. Like, this is what time the game is. This is when it's gonna happen. This is when Duke is playing. Just let me get that time. Like, I don't care if the girls are up here. Just like don't plan anything around that, so that I can just watch them. That's the kind of space I'm talking about. Like, allow me to do things that I enjoy doing, and vice versa. Yeah. Like, if she want to go out with her friends, like, peace, bye. Just let me know when you coming back, so I know when to expect you back home, and I don't get worried. That's all. It's simple. It's so simple. Just let each other do that, because you need that space. You need that space.
Yeah. And I will say, like, in the beginning, like, I think in the beginning for us, it was like you own video games and all of that. Like, and it would bother me, but like now, like, I have so much I could be doing, or like I don't even notice when he having his space. I'm just like, girls were like, "Where's Daddy? He up there somewhere."
Yeah, I disappear. Well, they know where I am.
Yeah.
It's just
he in the house.
Yeah, I'm here somewhere. But yeah, so just give each other space, because it's important. Like, just sometimes you have to find that yourself and do things for yourself.
Yeah. So I mean, that was 11 things for 11 years, and I think a bonus is just do what's best for your relationship. Don't pay attention to what nobody else doing, what nobody else saying, what they saying you should do. Just do what's best for you and your relationship at the end of the day.
That's it. Yeah. So, I mean, let's go wrap up the anniversary episode again. Yep. Happy anniversary to you.
Thank you.
Yes, it's been dope. So, that's all we got.
That's it.
So,
see y'all next time.
Yeah, see y'all next time. Apologies for the gap, but we'll see y'all next time. Peace out.